Hello and welcome, and today I would like to do my very first helmet review. This is my 2016 LS2 Rookie Ranger helmet. I bought it for 89 euros, and at the moment I don't know how much it costs because everywhere where I look it's out of stock or not available, so maybe it's not produced anymore. This is a full face helmet. It is, in my opinion, very basic helmet. That if you think about the helmet, what should the helmet have, then this is what you get. There is no exotic materials. There is not some advanced technologies. It is very, very basic helmet. So I wouldn't recommend buying it because you can get better helmets nowadays for same money or a little bit more money. So it's up to you, of course. And the quality is average at best, in my opinion, even below average. And just because of the materials that are used, it's all this kind of hard, brittle plastics. You have no special features. There is no pin lock. There is no pockets for, let's say, communication system, speakers inside, no exotic materials used, and stuff like that. So it's like I said, a very, very basic helmet. Nevertheless, I've used it now for 7 years, and I still use it for when I go ride in the forest. Then I put it on, so I still find use for it. This is how it looks from the side. The graphics are quite nice in my opinion, but this is of course subjective to everybody. This is how it looks from the back, and this is how it looks from the other side. For the features, you basically have the visor. Of course, the visor is, like I said, without the pin lock. Very basic visor. As you can see, here is some teeth that you can lock the visor in various positions. Visor can be removed if you open up the visor all the way, and then behind the visor is small lever here. If you press it, then the cams are released and you can remove the visor. It is not that easy to take it off and put back. It takes a little bit time because the mechanism is very, very cheap, and it takes definitely more time than more premium helmets. Then you have this small tab on the left side of the helmet to operate the visor. It's quite okay, very easy to do even when you're wearing gloves. And it's only on one side. On the other side there is no tab to open the visor. And visor itself is actually quite okay. I've cleaned it several times, of course, with the microfiber cloth, and it's not too badly scratched up or anything like that. So it's quite okay material for the visor. For rest of the features, you have ventilation, of course, and this is the ventilation on the chin. You can close it and open it. Then you have ventilation on top of the helmet. This one you can also close and open. All these vents are very easy to operate also with your gloves. I never had any problems operating them. And in the back it looks like a small spoiler in the back. I don't know if it actually does anything, probably not, considering the price of the helmet. But behind this small plastic spoiler is openings for exhaust of the helmet. And inside it looks like this. These are the inlets of the chin ventilation. Then you have inlets of the top of the helmet ventilation openings, and then you have two large openings in the back for the exhaust. I'm not sure what's the material of the helmet. For the shell, inside it's polystyrene, I think. I've never had any problems with that. It's quite hard. It's actually quite hard. I've had many helmets with much softer this inner protection. But nevertheless, it's not too bad. It makes some squeaky noises now and then when you wear or when you move your head. But it's not like too much that you cannot wear the helmet because of this kind of plasticky noise, squeaky noises. Then inside you have, of course, the lining of the helmet. It's in 4 pieces. In main part you have the bigger lining. Then you have the 2 cheek pads on both sides, and the cheek pads can be removed and attached with these red pop rivets. Quite easy to do, no problems whatsoever. And then you have the neck lining or padding that you put inside. Also never had any problems whatsoever. And here on the side I have laid out all the pads. These 2 pads are the cheek pads. You can see they have worn a little bit, so where your face is touching them it's sort of microfleece. Everything else is probably a nylon. These are the cheek pads. Then you have the diffuser for your nose, so that when you breathe in the cold mornings that this visor doesn't get too much foggy, but you still get fog, of course, on a visor. Then you have this neck lining. Like I said, there's no pop rivets. These are 2 wires inside that you put inside the helmet chin part, and then you press in along this plastic knurling into the helmet. And finally you have the main lining. This is where your head goes. It's also sort of microfleece material. The wear has been quite good, no damage or anything like that. And you get also this kind of instructions, what you have to do to take care of the helmet and how to check it for damage and stuff like that. One thing is written here that after 5 years some of the components may be wearing out. I'm not sure if this is the meaning that after 5 years you should replace the helmet or you can continue to use it. I think usually about 10 years for one helmet and then have to replace it. But I have to check it out. And also on the other side you have cleaning instructions, how to clean your helmet, and also the helmet linings. The head lining has this kind of mesh areas on both sides, so the ventilation is quite okay for this kind of helmet. It's not the best, of course, but it's also not the first. What I have negatives about this helmet. Well, of course, due to the price, as I said, there is no great features. The negative in my side is that all the parts are this kind of hard plastic that damage easily. Yeah, you see how easy it is to take off this top ventilation, and that's how it looks like. Sorry, it's about a little bit dirty. I've had one time when this top ventilation came off while I was riding, but I was still able to retrieve it and put it in place. For rest, everything has been working okay. This is the chin strap. It's called ratchet type. This is plastic. The hinge is made of metal. And this is the enclosure Also, this part is plastic, but the main housing here is metal, and you have this red tab. If you pull it, then the ratchet strap is released. Very easy to put the helmet on, very easy to release, but I think double D-rings is more secure than this kind of system. And for the wind noise, it's bearable, but I still would recommend to use earplugs while you ride. Maybe for positive side, my other helmet that I mostly use at the moment is Alpha 90 flip-up helmet, and this helmet is more quiet than the Alpha 90 flip-up helmet. Maybe because it's just full-face helmets are quieter than the flip-up helmets, but for comparison. So you can ride, of course, without earplugs, but I wouldn't recommend. So overall, it's quite okay helmet, I guess. I'm sure there are worse helmets, but also there is nothing to brag about when talking about this helmet. So I would recommend it only as, I don't know, riding somewhere in a forest with your ATV or in slow speeds and stuff like this. If you go on a highway or on track, definitely I wouldn't recommend this helmet. Get helmet with much better safety, in my opinion. So it's of course your own choice what you wear, but if you have more budget, buy a better helmet than this one. But if you don't have more budget, then this is also, let's say, okay budget helmet. That's it for this helmet. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next videos.